There we go. Now I'm live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. No, my stocks are not in lands. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. Fuck. Psychic Erosion. Fuck, what is this card called? No, what is this card called? I forgot. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. It's Psychic, not Erosion. It's the one with Jace in the art, and he's going, his brain is melting. Fuck. Corrosion. Thank you, chat. Not erosion, it's corrosion. S-U-N-B. Like, this is a weird ability to have right here. Not Cascade. Spell. Soul Ring. Yeah, it's Soul Ring, everyone. S-O-R-C-E-R-Y. So it's a sorcery or instant. With M-U-L-T-I-K-I-C-K-E-R. So it's a multi-kicker. No, it isn't. Because there'd be a cost here. What else is this long? And a word? We'll have to come back around to this because the ad break's almost over. We did start early, though, so I guess I can yap a little bit while people filter in. And then we can get into the deck reviews. It could be Demonstrate. You're right. When you cast this spell. Yep, that's Demonstrate. So... So what spells with Demonstrate are there? There's the red one, which if it is, I'm fucked. Because I do not remember the name of it. I only remember the black one. I don't think it's thanks to UB. I think we've just had keywords on cards forever. Hi, Hodge Muffin. Mentions choose. Red CMC 3. Choose one. Polygons command. Chooses 2. Mentions block. CMC 3. Coronation of Chaos. Mentions counter. Tarian Mauler. Torian Mauler. There we go. CMC 5 counter. Doubling Season. Mana value 5 green mentions block. Whoa. There's that one troll. Is it Challenger Troll? Yep. Creatures can only be blocked by 1 creature. Mentions choose. Primal command. That's 5 mana, I believe. Mentions choose. Black CMC 4. 4 mana charm. Will the Abzan. Thank you. You were mentions block mana value 4. Now that's tough. Ooh, that's really tough. Can Icarid not block? This is Yawgmoth. Thran Physician. Block. Mana value 4 black. That's rough. I want to do a test really quick. Does it read the full Oracle of Fallen Shinobi? No, it doesn't. All right, good. Well, let's begin deck reviewing. Anyway, I bought stocks for the first time today, which was a very exhilarating experience. All right, first up is Queso Turkey. With a Kosei deck. Can we ask what you bought into? It was Kenview. I bought a lot of Kenview. I am not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but I feel very good about Kenview. So, Queso Turkey sent in a Voltron deck. Not played it, goldfishing it. I wanted a second opinion before I buy it. I don't have any problem with Universes Beyond, but I would like to get it cheaper if possible. I've only been goldfishing so far. The soonest I've been able to get the Commander's Condition on has been turn 4, but the latest I've done so is turn 26. Don't playtest for that long. Turn 26? Primarily, I would like to seek recommendations for draw outside the command zone. I have a side/maybe board that I haven't been able to decide what to put in yet. Yeah, I feel very safe about Kenview. But I won't turn this into a stock stream. I refuse to become a Wall Street freak. This is just a financial decision I decided to make on my own for fun as a treat. One mana of any color. Kosei. And there's with a counter. 1, 2. Frenzied Baloth, pass. We can just do Frenzied Baloth first. So here, I'm just going to pass because you can hold up Royal Treatment. I'm probably not going to win that big in the stock market. Like, it's probably going to bounce back up to $22 and then be fine, and then I would have made some money. It's really not a life-changing thing. It's just like I've never invested in stocks before, so it was an exciting development in the elk lore. Champion's Helm. Kosei. Behold. My 4/9. Hexproof. Board 1. And it has trample. Okay. This is a 6/11. It's a 6/9. Lol. Draw 6. I mean, like, look at this. This is pretty good for turn 4. I do think that Loyal Guardian's probably too expensive, especially when you only care about putting counters on Kosei. I love the Arbor Elf Love. What's your favorite cooking stock? I think I do like a coconut broth the most. Like a Tom Kha sort of broth going on. Although you can't go wrong with a kombu broth. Very good. I can appreciate Professor Hojo, but I don't know if I think we're a little bit lost there. I don't like Ewit unless you are flickering her or doing something stupid with her. Like a regrowth is almost always better, I feel. Same thing kind of goes for Reclamation Sage. Like I feel like this should just be like a instant speed removal option. I can dig Forgotten Ancient though. I'm a big Forgotten Ancient believer. What is this doing here? Just fight spells? I don't really like the Silent Arbiter either, honestly. Standard equipment has a counter, so Slippery Bog Bonder does work, and I think it's fine enough. That's kind of fun. I don't like that Tyvar stand doesn't modify. Veil's probably fine, especially if you're in a blue meta. That feels like a meta call. I like these protection spells that put counters on, though. Those are fun. Collective Resistance is fine, too. It's just good removal. I'm not a big fan of LOL. I think we can do better with a Fog. And you already have Untappers, which are kind of Fogs. We are also running 2 few lands, by the way. Typical. I think I want to move away from Excalibur. It just feels like, okay, by the time Excalibur's already cheap, Kosei's already equipped to the gills because it's reduced by this number of gameplay objects in play, which means you're already winning. I do like Genji Glove. That's hilarious. Hammer of Nazan's great. Trample does matter. But it's Excalibur. It's cool. It's fine. Champion's Helm was pretty good. I was going to be skeptical about Champion's Helm, but honestly, it was pretty good that game. I can appreciate Wrecking Ball Arm. Heritage Reclamation's pretty good. I like it. Trailblazers boots, you're starting to lose me a little bit. Drain Power Suit's pretty cool. If the total equip is 5 or less, I'm very interested in it. Where's a Ring of Colonia? This is a equipment that feels like it's right at home here. Equip creature has Trample for 3 mana, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you put a counter on it if it's green. And Kosei's green! So, great news there. This is the fight spell, right? Yep, fights. Trample. Has reach. Once again, I'm gonna cut line number here just because it is already like we have things equipped to this thing. Let's save ads chat for when we're done cutting. Let's get the cuts down first, and then we can go ham with additions. I like strong back. That's fun. Ooh, gross. So, of course, always remove Reliquary Tower from all of your decks. We have enough trampling enablers. I'm going to cut Tranquil Thicket as well. More forests for good old... we don't need it, in fact. This is going to draw so many cards, and then those are going to be protection spells. I want you guys to imagine that you have a 10-10 in your hand, that every single turn, it draws you, like, 2 pieces of counter, like, magic. Because that's what Kosei is going to be doing in this deck. You really don't need to add Infect to this list. I would like to see a Mask of Memory, perhaps. Infiltration Lens would also be pretty decent. I'm just trying to think of, like, interesting equipment. Like Ring of Colonia is very good, right? It does everything the deck wants. Is MDFC type Alligator Recovery should go in. Honestly, that's about it, though. Okay, so we have 39, including MDFC. If you want, you may cut 1 forest for a Bushwhack. One for a Bushwhack is a very easy swap. We might not just have enough equipment. I'll play test this again and see how I feel. So Brotherhood Regalia is already in. Let's go ahead and add for Kosei, prevent, counter. Spike Weaver's pretty funny. I do like Canopy Cover. I do think I like Aspect of Mongoose more. Although, actually, no, Shroud hurts this deck a lot. I forgot it's not hexproof. It's good as the last thing you put on Kosei, but... mana value equals 5. Giant Inheritance. I don't like crawl space. Why not do a couple of cycling lands? We have Chatter. We have Blanchwood Armor. We have Staff of Titania. Forest count matters. Forest count matters. I do not like crawl space. Plus we have Basilisk Collar right here. I'm like really not that concerned about like dying. Maybe another lifelink equipment would be pretty cool. I think if we just give Kosei Trample, we really don't need to care about anything else. Maybe it is Resurrection Orb, but it's probably not the best. I mean, Shadow Spear's just busted. Yeah, I mean, like, but like, why risk it? You're essential. Like, what upside is 1 food token giving this deck? Anyway, let's add a little bit more removal, I would say. I actually cut a Tyvar stand. Tamiyo's safekeeping, what I don't like about it is it doesn't modify Kosei. I like the protection spells that modify Kosei as well, so they have modality. Emmy Bunny, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Inscription of Abundance. Let's read it. I remember this one. I like this. 5 mana, you get to do all these. That's pretty great. Instant speed, too. Damn, instant speed. That card's really good. Creature gains a reach. Thank you, Akil, for getting a. I imagine you pronounced it Akil, like a single Achilles. Yeah, we should add royal treatment to this deck. You're right. I don't like Brawn. I think it will add the Heritage Reclamation. Although, honestly, it might be worthwhile adding, like, Declamor. Right? Just, like, I don't think green... Does green have another exile instant speed? Oh, for a second I thought this exile was like, holy shit, Force of Vigor is better than I remembered. Not really. That guy's touch is pretty good. Yeah, that's Gift of the Viper. +1/+1 counter, reach, death touch. Primal Command I'm not really interested in. It's kind of just too much mana. I think honest to God, a Harmonize would be like actually kind of decent here. Because we don't run enough enchantments to be interested in an Enchantress, and we don't run enough equipment to be interested in like, well, there's not a lot of things that draw off equipment, but like Saren Steel Seeker would probably be the best example. Like, honestly, I just don't really hate Harmonize that much. Oh my goodness. Scam train started. Boom started it. It always takes a second for this. Smoms boy. Thank you, Smoms boy. Cartouche of Strength I do like, especially if it gives Trample. It has Trample. Very good. Equipment. I don't think Giggling Skitter Spike here is nuts. Can you explain why you think this? Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Ooh. Cloak, my beloved. Haunted Cloak, rather. Leyline Axe is just kind of fun. Choo Choo Beans, thank you for the sub. takes the equipments and gets big, and auras trigger it. Great. Do you know where we're putting our equipments and auras? I'll give you a couple guesses. What do you guys think about Hand of Vecna? Thank you, Dova Sticky, for getting a deck review for next week. Bristly Bill is a good recommendation. I just don't want to add like a $50 card to this deck out of nowhere. But yeah, Bristly Bill would be very good here. So would Sidecat Cub. Hand of Vecna is hilarious. Right? Like, you drop this for 3 mana, pay a bunch of life, equip it to Kosei, and then just swing and then draw that many cards. Gross. You're thinking of Audacity. Audacity's like pretty good. So the reason why I'm fine with curving Kosei here is because although there's a chance he gets removed, there's another chance that you just untap with Slippery Bogbonder here, and you just feel very good about your position. All right, well, there's our aura. Sadly, it's our most expensive one. This lets us hold up a Heroic Intervention in case of a board wipe. So this is a 10-10. Draw 10. Forest. Discard. So at this point, you just win the game forever, right? With that many +1/+1. Dude, you're going to deck yourself. I'm actually going to add a another instant here. I try to go for the single peel, Martin. You go for like the spiral peel around the orange, you know what I mean? That's the best one. I was going to add a card and then I got distracted by oranges. Oh yes, I was going to add Blessed Respite. This is so you don't deck yourself. Right? Target player shuffles their graveyard in their library, prevent all combat damage that you dealt this turn. So if you ever end up drawing too many cards, you can just go, guys, wait. Let's run this back. And then just not worry about it. What was I before I got Kenrith? I mean, I imagine I was a human. Normal-ass human. Could you do Abundance instead? You could put Abundance in the deck. However, this has additional upside above Abundance. The reason why I run Abundance in, say, Cura is because I also run Cultivator Colossus, which is a combo with Abundance. So, yeah, I might prefer Blessed Respite. I mean, I just run both in Cura. You actually have an infinite way to loop your deck here. Not infinite in terms of, like, you have infinite plays, but you can go forever through your deck by Blessed Respiting yourself and then casting a Valaged Recovery on the Blessed Respite to pick it back up. Go through your entire deck again, reshuffle. That reshuffles the Valaged Recovery, right? So this deck is actually indefinite. It loops forever. Okay, so maybe we can go down one equipment. Arbor Elf, good card. Yeah, Arbor Elf's right here. Summon Fenrir. Maybe. I kind of like this because it kind of encourages you to slow roll Kosei and hold up one of the 1-mana protection instants. No, I don't want Evasion of Ikoria unless I had good creatures I wanted to tutor. Communal Brewing is a fine enabler. It's not a good one. It's a totally fine card. It doesn't blow me away. All right, maybe I'll just cut the Leyline Axe I added. Although it is funny, so I'll consider it. And our curve does end in 5. We could maybe risk going down to 38 because we do have a Bushwhack. Thickest in the Thicket. That is definitely... I mean, for me, it's just like Kosei already reloads us. If Kosei's big, Kosei, like, we probably just already refill. If Thickest in the Thicket was an Aura, I'd be a lot more interested in it. If you mill yourself. We don't mill ourselves. We discard to hand size. We're not milling. So, I don't know what you're on about. Where was the milling happening in this deck? Thank you for gifting subs, an anonymous gifter. Des Holiday, 1225, funny, and Stone Corbell, Biophagus. Right, 1, 2, 3. Haunted Cloak. We can just kind of slow roll it because we have Haunted Cloak. Kind of in just the Aura waiting room right now. Just draw 3. Eventually, we will draw an Aura that isn't removal. Okay, maybe we just need more Auras. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, Nivas. That's not how it works. Even if it worked that way, I wouldn't be too interested in it because you'd have to find a window to play it. And then at that point, you're already winning because Kosei's drawing you a million cards, right? All right, I'm going to try and find cards. Okay, maybe we just cut the Glamour, sadly. I'm just going to try and find cards that don't modify, which sadly, a lot of these do modify. I do want to add one more Aura. Maybe the Audacity is what this deck needs. Just +2/+0 trample when it leaves, draw a card. Scavenge Brawler is definitely a decent card. It probably wouldn't be out of the question for this deck. I think we're going to be discarding to hand size quite frequently throughout this. Whenever this creature attacks. I think here you just hold up, or you played Llanowar Reborn instead. Here you can drop, they just hold up Beast Within. Think Beast Within your object. Here you go, 1, 2, 3. Kosei gets a counter. You get to hold up Gaia's Gift, Heroic Intervention. Biosynthetic Burst. And now we're in the equipment waiting room. This is kind of what sucks about Kosei. But hey, at least you get to fight spell something, right? Okay, here comes Hand of Vecna to the rescue. Pay 2 life to equip Kosei. Someone tries to remove Kosei, you go dink, dink, biosynthetic, combat swing. You're going to draw 4 cards. And then you have Silk Guard now. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, where we just keep looping into protection enchantments and stuff. No Rogue's Passage? Why do we need Rogue's Passage when our commander has Super Trample? Like, it just has Trample everywhere. I mean, I guess it doesn't have Trample here, but we do have enough removal. Like, you don't need Rogue's Passage in the deck. I do like the Ordeal of Nylea suggestion. That's a fun aura that does add in counters. Lignify doesn't work well as an aura in this deck. Like, we already have a bunch of removal auras, and it's like, in fact, I'll remove a removal aura from the deck. I do not know Curse of the Werefox. Create a monster roll attached. When you do that, creature fights a creature you don't control. That's kind of fun. I like that a lot. Maybe that's better than an Arboreal Grazer. All right. I think this deck's ready to go. I've already linked it. Let's move on then. Villains. Dylons. Do we have you here? Oh, we have a Kethic deck. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, Kethic is really cool. Kethic is a value engine that works by cheating out creatures for cheap that would go away on end step and then sacrificing them to its ability instead to get value permanently. Sacking a 4-mana creature and guaranteeing a 3-drop that has a card draw effect is integral. The deck can be a grindy reanimator deck or a more mid-range deck, sneak attack deck to cheat out big threats. I've had the deck for over the year, and when it came into existence, my pod was much slower than it currently is and has less board wipes and more powerful cards when compared to now. I'm not trying to add big creatures that instantly win or overpower the slower grind that can happen. And I dislike most Universes Beyond cards, but Dawn of the Dead is a pet card that I don't want to cut. The deck itself can take slightly too long to get on its feet, and can struggle to end game since its only win cons are combat damage and Terror of the Peaks. Okay. With lesser mana value. I do like the Flayer of the Hatebound. And I like unearthing the first Sphere Gargantua. This is what I kind of want to lean into more. I like the Zoophyte. Although I do feel like we could do a lot better in terms of draw than our Midnight Reaper style of effects, I feel. Like, I don't know if I believe in... Like, I don't want to accidentally spin into one of these, like, shitty 3-drops. You know what I mean? Okay, this makes sense. I like this. I'm kind of like not understanding the Immersturm Predator a little bit more. Like, just a sack outlet, I guess. Enters destroy target. Like, this is a fine effect, but like, I don't like spinning into Solemn Simulacrum when we could be spinning into such like insane beaters, right? Surveil too. Reach card, you draw. Yeah, this makes sense. I like this. I want more of this. You know what I mean? So if you want, we can add another Corpse Connoisseur. We have File and Tumor. Right? This is just an Entomb on a stick. It's a 4-mana 2/2 Death Touch. And when it enters, you go, okay, first Spirit Gargantua into the graveyard. God, he's cool. I like his art so much. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't mind casting this, and you also don't mind spinning into it. Like, it's the best of both worlds for this deck. I love the Bygone Colossus. That's so funny. All right. My first thought is that I want to move you more onto swamps. I'm gonna kind of tear apart your mana base a little bit, and it's for a very important reason. Keep the Bazooka Bog. I don't know if I'm big on Bazooka Bog. It's probably fine. I just think you have better graveyard hate in Rakdos. So here's my thought. We go up on swamps. Also, holy shit, how many lands were we running before? I think we already... Yeah, okay. We'll get Canyon Slough in here. 34 lands was the initial? That's so bad for this deck, I feel. So we're going to add a lot of swamps. Reason being, I do really, really want to put a... In fact, let's actually cut a swamp for a Fabled Passage. I want to add in... Witch's Cottage. Right? Isn't this so cool? So with Witch's Cottage, if you have 3 or more swamps, you can fetch for this, by the way. It's a swamp that you can fetch for. You can cycle with Troll of Khazad-dûm, get Witch's Cottage. And you can also fetch for it off of Bloodstained Mire, or you can just draw it. Right? So those are the 3 modes to get Witch's Cottage. And what Witch's Cottage allows you to do is take a card from your graveyard and put it on top of your library, where Kethic fucking loves it. But also, you can do it with Metamorphosis Fanatic, right? Yeah, I like Hollow Marauder. Costs 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard. Although we're probably not going to fill the graveyard that easily. Anti-Causal is actually a very good suggestion. I actually like that a lot. Anti-Causal Vestige is very good. Malignus is okay. We're not really a fling deck. We have a Kazul's Fury, but like we're not like a fling deck. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I wouldn't trust this deck to fill the graveyard. I can also see that you have like a grab opponent's creatures theme. I think we're gonna cut back on this a little bit. Oh wait, no. Furnace Rain. Come Back Wrong's kind of too cute to cut, in my opinion. I don't like how slow Shadow Flame Conjuring is. Like, I'm sure it's fine, don't get me wrong. I just am a little afraid it's kind of too slow. I like Whip of Erebos a lot in this deck, though. That's so fun. Like, this is the kind of slow I love, because it actually stabilizes you as well. We might have too much ramp, which sounds crazy, but we are cheating on costs. Like, keep Soul Ring, but keep Liquid Metal Torque. I like how it works with red removal, but you have black removal. We don't need this. Like, keep this small ramp package, I feel. Like, you don't need a lot. You have sneak attack. Like, we're cheating. Warp. Not WAP. That set isn't out yet. Warp. Ooh, I like Peregrine Beckoner in this deck, actually. Yeah, but that sets you up for a 4 into 5, right? Like I don't think it's that big of a deal. Costs 1 less for mana value equal to or greater than 7, I would say, is like kind of the fun breakpoint. I did this the wrong way as always. You own an exile and in your graveyard. Tanic is a little too slow, and we're not entirely based on red creatures, which is what makes Tanic different than Sneak Attack. Hi, thank you. Tell you what, let's get all this costs 1 less for each creature in your graveyard. I kind of want to add all those, and then we can kind of build a better package around milling ourselves with that. And then we don't have to worry so much about like running worse options than those 7 drops at the top end. So I noticed that we already run a lot of discard, and Dredge actually works really well with discard. The issue is that Dredge is mostly on creatures, and you don't want to dredge into one of the Dredge creatures, right? So like Dakmor Salvage in the mana base. Golgari Thug sucks. Dredge 2. Shenanigans is kind of interesting. And Stinkweed Imp kind of also sucks to dredge into. Yeah, it's Dark Blast. And the Dakmor Salvage has the upside of also adding more lands to the deck. Shenanigans is fun because actually, let's go ahead and cut Talisman of Indulgence. We can add back the Liquimetal Torque. Right, so now you have Shenanigans, Liquimetal Torque, which is funny. We have 7 more additions, and I want to focus them hyper aggressively on milling ourselves. Yeah, Brass's Tunnel Grinder. That works so well for this deck. It's otherworldly, actually. Both sides of this card are so good. Yeah, Ripples of Undeath. Oh, it's already in. Okay, great. Cemetery. Tampering. Right, we're made out of big, expensive things, so hiding away is actually pretty good. Yeah, Breach I was thinking about. Just like as a top-end option. Angel of Suffering's fun. I don't really like Mesmeric Orb. Yeah, I do think the deck should be running at least a Reanimate. Maybe should be on a Faithless Looting as well. Torchex is pretty good. Overlord of the Baelmerk is incredibly good for this deck. Is it not already in? It's here. Yeah, they said no UB, so I'm not going to add UB. Am I crazy, or is this like a good God Pharaoh's Gift deck? It feels like exiling creatures might be a little bit too much from Yard. Yeah, Station Land. Oh, yeah, Susur. Susur Secundi should probably be in this deck. Absolutely. Yeah, Atrocious Experiment could be fine as like a Night's Whisper adjacent. You know what spell is atrocious? My fucking spelling. There we go. All right, let's play test this. Not Stitches Supply. We need to avoid shitty little creatures. We need only good creatures. Let's play test this. Yeah, I'll play a tapped stack more. No, it's actually better in our hand. Kerchow, remove your object. Vandal Blast, sure. One, two, three, four. Play Commander. Okay, we'll play Malakir Rebirth. Destroy your gameplay object. Let's say it's a 5-drop. Sack the 5-drop. Spin into a slower creature. It's Zuafit. One, two, three, four. Warp in a Bygone Colossus. End step, sack the Bygone Colossus. Return this creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. But we go and flip into something that's less than a 9-drop. Terror of the Peaks. We dome someone for 9. Like, this is turn 6. You can't spin into Legends. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. My mistake. So that's why these low costs are all legendary. That's fun. Okay, so you can avoid certain smaller creatures. By making them legendary. I'm not sure if I like Body Snatcher. This enters, you discard a giant creature card, and then next turn you sack it, and then you get to put it into play. Like, that feels like too much. I feel like I want another draw discard spell. Like a Faithless Salvaging. Pretty decent. Draw a card, discard a card with Rebound. Right now we don't have anything at 3. So we need at least one thing to spin into at 3. Yeah, because otherwise our 4s are worthless to sack. Yeah, so we probably want 1 3-drop. My vote will be for a seasoned pyromancer. Right, just discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards for each online card discarded. This way you make a 1/1. Nah, I don't really like braids in this deck, I feel. Maybe just go down the Mimic Vat, although it's pretty good. Miracle! Spinning into Playcrafter is fine. Actually, let's just blitz Jaxus here. Make a copy of Kethic, and then it dies immediately. End step, sack Jaxus. Spin into our only 3-drop. He's in Pyro. Noom. Noom. Don't worry, chat. We'll hit it eventually. Evandu Brush Razor is a very good recommendation. I like that one a lot. Don't worry, chat. We're almost there. They're seasoned. So discard 2 cards. Metamorphosis Fanatic. Sepulchral Primordial. You make 2 1/1 elementals. And then you draw 2 cards. So Sir Secundi. Saw Season Pyro in half. Discard 2 cards. We're going to do Chaos Warp, Dawn of the Dead, 2 elementals, draw 2 cards. Takanuma, Bygone Colossus, draw 2 cards. Okay, so we could have played the Bygone Colossus in hindsight, sadly. Okay, so we only get 1 elemental for that second time around. But we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Soul Ring, black, Zuafit. Ta-da! Zuafit, Bygone Colossus, 1, 2, sack Bygone Colossus, draw 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Destroy an opponent's, actually just bring back the Bygone Colossus with Erebos, attack, gain 9, sack this on the end step, Puppeteer click enters, bring back an opponent's creature. Like, this was a good showing, I feel. My only argument is maybe 1 Arena of Glory. Like, this is going to be the best $10 you ever spend for this deck, is Arena of Glory. Just being able to haste some of these threats is ridiculous. If you want another 3-drop, someone did recommend Evandu Brush Razor, but that's honestly actually worse than one of the previous 3-drops. It sucks, because the deck does need 3-drops, because you want to sack 4-drops to cascade down into 3-drops. But the bad news is that running 3-drops means that your cool 9-drop plays can also get stifled, right? Bogart Trawler I don't think is it. I think I was wrong. I think I will add back one of the original card draw creatures. I think it's going to be Midnight Reaper. I will add back Midnight Reaper. That is the one I've decided that will go back in. I actually do like Dawn of the Dead in this deck, by the way. But it's going to be way... Like, you saw how fast we filled up the graveyard lot. Like, these are going to be super cheap. And then you can spin into the Massacre Worms of the world, right? Maybe it's just Writhing Necromass. I warped the Bygone Colossus into a Midnight Reaper last time I played, so I get trying to avoid the fail case. Yeah, like, I'm just trying to, like, lower the number of creatures here. Like, I think with 2 3-drops that you can spin into, you're pretty happy. Like, you're fine there. The MDC draw sorcery in the deck already. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But I think this deck's ready to go. Next up is a Magnet. Whoa. Wacky. Does this Rally the Ancestors? Yep. The red draw MDFC land that... Oh, Valakut Awakening? Yeah, it's fine. It puts the cards on the bottom. It doesn't discard them, though. So there's not a lot of inherent synergy beyond just being a good card. So I didn't talk about it. Like, yeah, run it if you can. Although it does reduce your mountain count for Arena of Glory. It's not quite as free as it looks at first glance. Anyway, Magnet. The deck wants to do 4 things. Play out Elves, play a Blood Artist effect, use a sack outlet to drain opponents for some value, and then big recursions. Yep, it's Rally the Ancestors combo. Miara will draw you a Luris and can get back many of the pieces that can help longer. I started building the deck after Companions became legal, so like I imagine this is, yeah, it's a Luris Companion deck. Yeah, Black and White Elves is an interesting restriction. All right. No restrictions other than budget. Though I'd like to keep this a lower powered deck, ideally playable in bracket 2 or 3. I'd also like to run as many of the Black-White Elves as possible. They're what makes the decks interesting to me. Chthonian Nightmare is my favorite card on the list. I'm not cutting Chthonian Nightmare, so don't worry. All right. So first things first, let's cut this deck down to size. Why are we running World Map? What land is super valuable to us? Are we running we're running Cabal Coffers. I mean, it makes sense for the giant X spells, I suppose. Okay, I don't like Necrologia. We have better ways of drawing in this kind of deck, trust me. Shred Memory gets Chthonian Nightmare, I think is the thought. Not into like these like die return effects except for Malakir Rebirth because it's just a land. Path and Swords I don't think need to apply. Is this like an elf thing? Probably an elf thing. Let's look at the synergy. These elves are not inspiring joy right now. Type elf sword mana value is like haunt is good, infestation's good. This is awful. Like this is awful outside of Belby. This is also pretty bad. It's not the worst one, but it's hard to do this. I like the Elvish Doomsaver, Elder Phoenix Disciple. Good job. These are great. Hired Hexblade. It's a 2-mana 2/2. Right? Like, I would even rather prefer to keep one of the 1-drop elves over that. Because at least with a Miara, it's like cheap to deploy. Okay, whenever a non-token elf. Okay, so maybe we're getting the support from the enchantments and stuff. Hold out hope. Like, I'd rather, like, we can't run any of these, sadly. Oh, we're missing out on Nyara. This is like the best black elf. Yeah, I know the black commander cares about elves. All right, well, I guess we just add the elves back in. So, I mean, I'd rather just run Duskwielder over the other one, but whatever. Let's go ahead and... I'd rather run... Okay, hang on. I'd rather run Monk of the Open Hand than Hired Hexblade. If we're going to do one or the other here, like, just run the 1-drop, because the 1-drop at least leaves a mana open for your commander to enable it, right? Even Devoted Hero, right? Like, this is an elf soldier for 1 mana. That's better. Yeah, there's already a lot of shape changers in the deck. Okay, so it is just running all the changelings already. I'm not too big in on Varan. I've ran a deck like this, and I also don't really like Warnog. I've run a deck like this, and you draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, and get 2 energy. I guess that's for Chthonian Nightmare, but your entire all your creatures are already 2 or less mana. Like, if I see more energy cards, I guess I'll understand, but yeah, like everything's 2 or less mana. Why are we adding more energy than we need? I like Damn, that's cute. Okay, Immortal Servitude is definitely, of all the effects, the worst. Covetous Elegy. Dusk Dawn is definitely something to consider. I think we're already drawing cards. We don't need a Folk Hero to be doing this. It sucks because everything that's super good with Miara are effects like Pitiless Plunderer or effects like Victory Chimes, right? Where our creatures die and then make mana, and then our creatures have died and made mana, therefore we get to use that mana to pay to draw. Like, that's just, we can't do that here. And also just like Transmogran's Crown is just, Skull Clamp is the GOAT. Get 3 energy. I don't understand the obsession with energy. Like, what's the payoff for the energy here? Like, we have Wrath of the Skies. Return Upon the Tide is fine. Okay. Warlock class is also pretty bad. Just so much mana to activate Static Prison. Like, it's not the worst card. Okay. I would rather that be on a creature, the sack outlet. Altar of Dimension is a different story. That card's really good. Okay. We've made a lot of room. We need to now add so many more creatures. It's going to make everyone's eyes water. Viscera Seer. It's already in the deck, chat. It's already in the deck. It's Umbercall Estelle. It's right here, chat. It's already here. There's 5 recommendations in a row. It's right there. It's right there, chat. Oh. Carrion Feeder. You kind of just want to like jam pack your deck full of sack outlets. Ooh, yummy Westvale Abbey. Honestly, this is a pretty good Westvale Abbey deck. I do really like these Dauntless Bodyguard style effects in a Lurrus deck, right? Because you can just keep looping them with Lurrus. So like Benevolent Bodyguard is probably going to be worthwhile for you. And so will Selfless Spirit and Selfless Savior. I know you're a sack deck, right? But like there are certain game pieces you want to like have remain in play until you're ready for your combo, especially when faced with a Bazooka Bog. Kami of False Hope's a really good sacrificable creature. You get to run Cathar Commando as well. I do like Scornblade Berserker. It's just card draw. Selfless Savior. Okay. Yeah, Priest of Forgotten Gods. Ideally, we're not full up on tap creatures, but a few are fine. Mana value 2 wise, you actually have Accursed Marauder as removal. This is why I remove Swords to Plowshares, by the way. Like, you have Accursed Marauder, and mana value equals 2. Each player sack kicker. There's another 2 mana one in Orzhov called Banalish Sleeper. Yeah, so this is why you don't run swords. Oh, hi, Magnet Man. This is why you don't run swords. You just have really good removal that's loopable with Lurrus. You can even run like a Dead Weight. Or Myers Grasp would probably be better. Right, just enchanted creature gets -3/-3. This is a permanent you can loop with Lurrus. It's repeated Lightning Bolt with Lurrus that gets around indestructible. I think maybe a Corpse. Corpse Knight's probably worthwhile. It's just Impact Tremors. And then probably just trim back a Honestly, I didn't see enough elf synergy that I liked Nameless Immersion enough, so. I recently took Fang out of a deck because I saw its ability said once per turn and thought of you and asked myself, why am I running for worse Phyrexian Arena in this deck? But it's better Phyrexian Arena, Fang, because like if you have a deck like Farrakha, you can activate it once on each of your opponent's turns, right? So if you have a Withered Wretch or like a Tormod deck that like likes to activate and remove a card once per turn, including your opponent's turns, then it's actually insanely good. Like I considered it for Farrakha. This hand's pretty good. I see an Arid Archway, by the way, and I'm immediately like, maybe this deck needs to have a maybe this deck needs to have a Sand Scout in it. Think 2, 3. Although Cabal Coffers does have a lot of tension with Arid Archway. Sucks because we do need to get white mana underneath us. One, two, three, four, five. Let's see, like we're kind of mana gated here. Can I be? I just don't like Bazooka Bog, or not Bazooka Bog. Sorry, Cabal Coffers in this deck. Our curve is so low. Like, just cut it. You're better served by like Sand Scout. And then you can cut Snowfield Stinkhole for fucking Forlorn Flats, right? This is a desert that you can tutor with the Sand Scout. Okay, great. You already run Sand Scout. So Sand Scout grabs Arid Archway, Forlorn Flats. Do you not run any other deserts? Okay, you run Lazatep Quarry. So like, I mean, maybe you can just run a Shefet Dunes. And then cut a swamp for a the other one, if near Deadlands. Because that game, I was just like trying to build around Cabal Coffers, and it was just not working. Listen, your curve, you're not cast. This is not a 9-drop. Yeah, it's a 4-drop. Like, just you have enough mana all the time. I wouldn't worry about it. By the time you need to cast these big spells, you already have enough mana to bring back your entire library into play. Let's just get more creatures in the deck. Whenever creature dies, sort MB type creature. I think Blood Artist is worthwhile, even though it is like not necessarily the best of the drain effects in terms of like a combo deck like this. Isn't there one that like investigates whenever a creature dies? That feels like kind of okay here. I stupid? Children of Corliss isn't as good as Homicide Investigator. Here we go. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die. Investigate. No such luck. Marionette Apprentice. Marionette Apprentice is such a good recommendation if it isn't already in. Okay, it is. Thank the Lord. I don't think there's any other like cheap ping effects besides like Cruel Celebron and stuff. Like, yeah, you're thinking of Bygone Bishop. He's Kyo. Corpse Knight. Pat, you're so right. We should add Corpse Knight to this deck. No, you didn't have Corpse Knight in originally, Magnet Man. Corpse Knight is very good. And I know it isn't a Blood Artist, but it does trigger once you bring everything back off Erase the Past, right? Let's add Cathar Commando. Like a removal object. Ripples is a very good recommendation. In fact, Viscerus here, or Stitcher's Supplier needs to be in this deck, and so does Undead Butler. I'm just blind. Stitcher Supplier, Undead Butler, they need to be in. Mill is so important for this archetype. It's otherworldly. Get Plague Witch out of here. We've already added better removal. Maybe it's just shred memory. I know it's like kind of decent with like the other like tutorable objects in here, but watch this. Zahur Glory's Past I thought about, but I don't like that it's gated to once a turn, which is really what we don't want to have on our combo cards. Thespian Stage, or actually let's just Shotgun Cabal Godless Shrine and play Soul Ring. So Surveil 1, Dusk Wielder. Keep that on top. 1, 2, Umbral Caller Zealot. Thespian Stage, Black, Dusk Wielder. 1, 2, Miara. Sack this, pay the 1. Next turn. One black, draw 2. We can play this instead of that. Put Luris into our hand. Is Living Death in the list? Yes, Living Death is in the list. If you think the card is brain dead obvious and it's in the list, it's in the list. Trust. 2, 3. Luris, replay. Dusk Wielder, pay the 1, draw another card. Okay, here we go. White, Selfless Savior. 1 black, Blood Artist. White, Tommy. Black, Dusk Wielder. Sack the Dusk Wielder. Surveil 1, Graveyard. Or you draw first and then Surveil 1. Next turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is 6, Meat Hook Massacre. Sacrifice Kami of False Hope. Give Luris Indestructible. Bunch of pings. Luris dies. I sacked Selfless Savior! Start shaking you violently. I sacked Selfless Savior! Oh, wait, no, it's -X, -X. I'm stupid. Teehee. You're right. Anyway. I think this deck's ready. It mills way better now. Jesus, my heart. Next up, we have Castrol. Oh yeah, no, it was fine once I understood the elf pieces. Magnet Mount. Castrol, Wind-Crested Knight. Birds. As usual, this is mostly to fix up my mana. What are you fucking doing, man? Jesus. Here, let's play. Okay, we have to mulligan. All right, 2-lander, right? We can keep this. We can keep this. See, look, it's working. It's working. 29 lands is good. White and black spells. 1, 2, 3. Let's get teleportation circle. Okay, Narset. Restricted office. We missed 1 land drop. Okay, you know, maybe they didn't kill Narset. Maybe they didn't kill Narset yet. Monologue tax. That's kind of like a land, right? It makes treasure tokens. It's kind of like a land. Yeah, you're insane. Yeah, you're insane. Okay, why are we running fucking like Narset wheels in birds? It's because Narset's a bird. Oh my god, I'm going to lose my mind. "29 lands, wheel locks." Why? Because Narset's a bird. Holy shit. All right, I'm going to do you a major favor. No Days Undoing. It's not allowed. I'm banning Narset wheel. You can run the bird Narset. Fucking Mule Yang Lang. Get out of here. Repulse is a very apt word for how I feel about this so far. I hate Hindering Light. It's such a bad card. Please don't run it. Strict Serenade, sure. There's a strict song. Add Swan Songs in already. Good. Sure. If these are on bird theme, you can keep them. They're fine enough. Isn't one of Castrol's modes draw a card? Guild Pack, thank you for resubbing. A Monologue tax out. Teleportation Circle. I guess it removes counters. It removes. We're running Oath of Teferi with 3 Planeswalkers. I think you're just beyond saving. I think it's just over. One Piece has a good card game. Why? Like, why? I don't know why this is here. Like, okay, this makes sense. Birds are small. Birds are typically pretty small. But, I don't remember your Griswold deck. I think I might have repressed that memory. Okay, a lot of the birds are white, so Pearl Medallion makes a little bit of sense. And now we're manifesting! Like, huh? What? To flicker. Okay, you manifest a big gameplay object, and then you flicker it with, like, one of your 3 flicker spells. Okay, we do have Kaikar. So, okay. Salvation Swan is a bird. However, if we've read the words on the card, we'll notice that this is in this deck is a 4-mana 3/3 flash. It has no other rules text on it. Because last I checked, every bird in this game has flying. Oh wait, no, Ambrosia Whiteheart. We can flicker this. We can get this with the gives our salt. That's what I think of the Solemn Simulacrum. But Elk! We run 3 creatures without flying for it to flicker. No. Where's Combat Calligrapher? Huh? Like, why aren't you running good birds? They're out there! It was inconsidering. It should have been in the deck! That's my argument! I don't care, it's inconsidering, it's not in the deck! It's not in the deck! That's my issue, it's not in the deck! I'm gonna die on camera. I do like Scouting Hawk quite a bit. Yeah, Aven Mind Sensor should be in if it isn't already. Literally one of my favorite cards already, and it is also just a bird. I'm saying all this with love, by the way, Flair, and I'm not, like, actually pissed off. It's just, like... Okay, I'm a little pissed off, but it's, like, in a loving, endearing way. It's in a tough love kind of way. Oh, I know. Okay, great. Tajiri Step. Not Tajiri Step. My fault. I meant Tajiri, Shelter. The Lundy Vision. You're allergic to lands. I'm willing to meet you there. Type land is MDFC. Like, right? Like, let's meet in the middle here. Amiria's Call. Glasspool Mimic's pretty good. Kabir Takedown's very good for this deck. Okay, McKindy Stampede. This is also decent for this deck. Razorgrass Ambush. That comes in untapped. Like, you can be allergic to lands and still play a responsible number of lands. I also like Suppression Ray. Like, if someone has an annoying flyer sitting around, you can just go, gone. Since you already run Aven Mind Sensor. Winds of Abandon. Right? Glasspool Mimic is a bird, technically, yes. Beautiful. Now you have 39 lands. Because I put in Lorien, right? No, I didn't. Lorien revealed. Now you have 39 lands. I'm going to say let's move a little bit off the flicker theme. Right? I don't like these non-bird flickering objects. I would much prefer if, like, the flickering to remove a finality counter was just something that Kaikar did. Right? Like, Kaikar's here. Kaikar can do that cute interaction. And then don't worry about it. Yes, more coastal piracy, like a reconnaissance mission. How do you spell this goddamn word? A nice little reconnaissance mission. Folk hero out. It doesn't draw enough cards for me. We're in Azorius. I think I would rather see. All of New Horizons is pretty cute. Avian Changeling, I wouldn't cut from this deck. If it was in, I would not cut it. It would be like, all right, that's your favorite card or something. I'm not gonna touch it. Don't worry. I added tenured Inkcast or Combat Calligrapher. What's the name of the mana value equals 4, type equals bird? Token. Curiosity Crafter. You have no maximum hand size flying. Whenever a creature token you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I imagine we make some amount of tokens. Like, I think we can cut, like, a Strix Lookout and add, like, Migration Path. Right, this is another land. Or is it Migratory? Migratory Route? Yes. So let's Kangi's already in. Luckily. Thank God Kangi's already in. Let's draw. Tap land. Next turn. Adakar Waste. Arcane Signet. Turn. Suppression Raise a land. Stormscape. Whenever a bird you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Think. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3. Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener. Or actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eagle of Deliverance. Counter here. Draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on each bird. Right, like, this is a respectable turn 6. Favorable wins. 1, 2, 3. Kaikar Zephyr Awakener. Move to combat. 1, 2, 3. Counter on each bird. Draw a card. You can put a bird from your hand into play. Yorion, flicker nothing. 1 blue, Salundi, Kaikar trigger. Protect your bird from a removal spell. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get fucking Amaria's Call. All right, here's our turn 7. Get ready, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amaria's Call. all of our creatures have indestructible until our next turn, and we make 2/4/4 angels. These are angels with flying. So these all get indestructible. And then you move to combat, you go dink, 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 dink. Counter on every bird we control. Like someone's dead right now. So one or more trigger, not each. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat, you can hit different opponents, right? Am I reading this wrong? Like you only get one, even if you hit multiple? Like I'm pretty sure you get one for each player you hit. One per opponent. Okay, great. Type bird. I'm just gonna give a once over to all the birds, and there's probably a few that you just didn't add that really, really, really need to be in the deck. I do like Judge's Familiar. It's already in. Very good. Mockingbird, of course, is the best one. I choose a counter on a permanent you control, put a counter of that kind on a target permanent that doesn't have a counter that. You can move the indestructible counter from Eagle of Deliverance around. That's hilarious. And it's flying. Strike Force is pretty good because you get 2 triggers off one opponent. Cartographer's Hawk, honestly, is not bad. Ledger Shredder is, of course, broken. Roaming Throne is definitely okay. But I'm going to be, you know, a positive in this world and say that Roaming Throne is definitely not something you need. Ret 2 Mystic's actually really cool because you can cycle a bird in your hand and then reanimate it with Castrol. Like I'm not that in on Sinu. Yeah, not every creature type deck needs a Roaming Throne. Except for Zerzoth, which needs it. Yeah, Watch of the Spheres is good enough. Is there a bird with Myriad? Drumming Bird is actually crazy, you're right. Although, I think it'll be fine. I mean, I think it's actually better. Hang on. It's actually better than the Anthem that's already in the deck. Yeah, Tempest Talks can get a little boring though, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna cut favorable wins, right? Because Thummingbird just does it better. Let's change up the music a little bit too. We were listening to the Rats Instagib soundtrack. This is a cool album. Okay. We can probably cut one land because we did add the migratory route. And then might just be stunt double. Listen, I think this is good to go now. Like it's a lot better than it was before. Might want to remove Landoval. Landoval. Huh? Anyway, Landroval. Oh, this sucks. Yes. I want a bird that makes a token. Might just be nesting Dovehawk. Okay, there we go. Wingmaker Rod is a lot better than the other one, I feel. All right. Thank you for that headache. Azusa Turbo lands. Holy shit. All right, Guru Sentra, are you here? This is the opposite of the last deck. Mulligan to have a way to play lands from the top of library or by tutor instead of just having one's hands. Play lots of lands and reusing ETBs by bouncing stuff back to hand. Kill people with the lands. Deck run's pretty good, but it takes some time to get damage happening. WinCon is killing people with lands. I want to keep the same amount of lands at 60 minimum. I would like the ETB and bounce theme. I want to keep it bracket 2, so one additional tutor would be nice. But I would have to have additional utility. Budget, no reserveless cards. 50 euros. Making the deck more fun than it is already. Yes, hope this is enough lands for your liking. It is. This is a good amount of lands. I would like to see a Dark Depths among these, though, honestly. Once you get to a certain point, it's just kind of like, why don't we have Merit Lage? All right. This does not give us a way to play lands off the top. Nope. 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 I've identified a problem with your list. We're not doing the gimmick well enough. Ooh, Abundance is so good in this deck. Wow, is Abundance good in this deck. Ice Till Explorer doesn't let you play lands off the top. It lets you replay fetch lands, but you need to have drawn the fetch land already. Whenever this creature or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield tapped otherwise. So you run this with anything that makes a plant on entry, like 0/1 plant. Like you need something that makes tokens that are 0/1s. And then you just like spin every fucking land into play. Oh, you may look at the top card, you may play lands and cast spells off the top. This is a lot of money, but it's like kind of really good. Meteor Golem out. Cut a forest for Abundant Harvest. Right, this is just a 1-for-1 swap. This is a land, technically, if you squint. Cultivator Colossus would be so stupid in this deck. But yeah, we can't run Abundance and Cultivator. It would be one or the other. Okay, listen, I'm maybe going to just cut this Fire Terrace. Let's try it now. I still have no clue how this deck, like, kills people. Are we just animating our lands? I know it goes infinite with Abundance. We're trying to avoid that. All right, well, we're going to bottom land. No, Avengers Zendikar is not in this deck. I don't think. Anyway, we're the Monarch. We lose the Monarch because, you know. Or well, we can Obscuring Haze. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, we're doing nothing. I mean, Nissa Who Shakes the World is like, this is a good lands kind of idea. Yeah, Famished World Sire. Cultivator Colossus. Like, these are cheap now. Then we cut Abundance because we don't want to combo. I'm just going to cut the Panoramas. I definitely feel like they're the weakest sort of effect that you have going on like that. Yeah, Might Form Harmonizer is funny. Yeah, Nantuko goes infinite with Nissa, though. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we just search for 2 basics. Hold up Kamal's Will. Or we can just Timeless Witness back Journey. And then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So that was 8 lands. 24. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Are there more lands hidden underneath this? Okay. No, there is not. We're fine. Okay, see, look, now we're like doing things, right? Like, this has done something. We've created an object. And put 15 lands directly into play. God damn it. Please? Sorry, I keep adjusting the window. I know this is hard to look at, but I need to get all the lands back on screen. Okay. Like, ta-da. Is Lumber in there? Like, we don't need Lumrum. 2, 3, 4. Kamal's Will. And then we thermonuclear bomb a creature. The only issue is that Enri's Forerunners is so much mana that we can't reasonably... Like, I'd almost rather this be a Pathbreaker, like Ibex. Or, like, you can run, like, land creatures you control, get +X/+X, right? There's buffs for that. They're colorless creatures. Right, like, land creatures you control have +1/+1. Land creatures have vigilance. As long as you have 6 or more lands, land creatures get +2/+2. Horn of Greed is a very funny suggestion, yeah. Forest you control. Land creature until turn. Oh. I would like to see, because we added... Oh, wait, we took out Nissa. Maybe not Abundant Harvest. Collective Resistance. All. I don't like all the fogging you have going on. It's just kind of like contributing to the do nothing. Like, Moment's Peace is fine because it's 2 for 1. This fits with the lands theme. I don't think there are key lands that we need. Lands you control. Yeah, Lair of the Hydra should be in. I was literally thinking the exact... Okay, good, it is. They're paid. As long as you control 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. I mean, let's just add Fecund Green Shell and then add 0/1 plant. 0/1 green plant. Great Arbor is not in there. Good. Good. I'm happy it's not in here. Okay. I think this is doing a lot more than it was before. Gentlemen, you can fight in here. It's the war room. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have any lands in our hand. Iconic Cultivator Colossus. That's 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Beast. Pass. Holy shit. Read stream title. Yeah. It feels like War Room's kind of clutching us right now. Pass. Yeah, Jesus. Did we draw all of our MDFCs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, talk about unlucky. Okay, this is turn 7. 7, 8. Choose target creature you don't control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 floating mana. And here's what we do. We go Eternal Witness. 1, 2, 3. Feast Within. No, this doesn't work. Because we need to E-whip back the Cultivator Colossus. So I guess let's just Rude Awakening. Behold, our army of 2/2 creatures. And then we haven't regrowthed yet. But you swing here and it's a lot. Okay, the only thing that I would maybe recommend, not a Green Sun Zenith actually. It's infinitely better to use this. Like, we don't care about mana efficiency. Like, the first Nature's Rhythm in this deck is so dumb. What's your thoughts on Mind's Eye? For this deck, awful. I would not add it to this deck, but I hope to see a Tireless Tracker. I do not. I don't like playing from graveyard. Okay, great. This is good to go. I've seen enough. It's gonna perform fine. There's a lot more like things that make you win now. I've added Avenger Zendikar. Yes, this will win games by itself, but I added it because you have Fecund Green Shell, and that's hilarious. So a little bit of that action would be kind of cool. IMO. And plus, Fecund Green Shell works in with your bouncing your own stuff plan that you have with Temur Sabertooth. Right, so kind of fun. If you want to go a step farther, we could cut something like Turn Timber's pretty good. Versus all your MDFCs are awesome. So, it might just be Druid class. And, you can run something like, Sandu Stomper. I see. Lift top lookout. You can pick this up and drop it repeatedly. And then instead of that, maybe you just run something. Nyla? Maybe not. Maybe just add another forest back in. Shifting Woodland wouldn't be bad either. But I'm tired of looking at this many lands. I think this is going to perform a lot better than it was before, which is the end goal. Do we have Elmer here with us? Yeah, Horn of Greed would be fine in this deck. We have Elmer, the ancient one. If not, we can move on to Cadmus, who is a makeup. Right. We'll do Cadmus as while we wait for... Oh, Elmer's here. Okay, great. Let's talk about the Ancient One. The main engines are self-mill to utilize my graveyard, recur, and reanimate, and take advantage of discarding. Win rate isn't super high, primarily when with commander damage, although sometimes it's quickly... I win with commander damage, although sometimes it's quickly, and sometimes I'm able to win through attrition. However, I can usually knock one player out before being taken out by a faster aggro deck and or combos. I do enjoy how it plays, though, with the ability to recycle most cards. I'd prefer a few suggestions from UB, not really my thing. And nothing aside from Edge of Eternities from this year has really interested me either. Oh, and no vampires because of flavor, I guess. I'm looking for another perspective to make this a well-balanced deck. I think the deck is decently balanced already, but I don't know if making it streamlined or faster should be the primary focus rather than making it more resilient. Okay, so this is like a big mana deck. I like the Emrakul. I always like the Emrakul. 37 lands might be too little, especially with this high of a mana curve. I'm just gonna playtest it once because I kind of want to just like feel it. I thought those were islands. I love this land cycle. Like, what are we doing? Why? Paying 8 mana. Here's the ancient one. Hey, Mazzolantli. Draw. Discard. Thief of Blood. This feels like a little bit of a trauma like pick. And Thematic Compass also feel like these are so clunky. Like, are you running this just because it's on Ixalan? Like, I'm trying to, like, imagine what Thief of Blood is doing here. I discard Thief of Blood most of the time. Yeah, because it's bad. Like, I'd rather you just have a good card for the late game. You know what I mean? I like the Jessian zombies, though. That's a cute include. Like, if you're not running UB, like, this is effectively like a Troll of Khazad-dûm or what have you. Dreadhound. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from a library, each opponent loses 1 life. Here is the issue. Oh, too many planeswalkers. That's funny. We can do something about that. I'll keep that in mind, Dink. It's been banked in the mind. We can do better than that. Okay. Dreadhound. No. There's better options. Promise. I like All-Seeing Arbiter. This is fun. I like that it synergizes with the discard. I don't like how expensive it is. The Discord, just type elk into the Discord search. We have a vanity URL. Haven Ghoulich is cute. I like Haven Ghoulich. Archfiend of Ifnir. It makes some amount of sense to be running this. It does feel a little too slow. Like, I don't think you're discarding, like, tons of cards. I think you're discarding maybe 1, maybe 2 cards a turn. Let me know if I'm off base about that, but that's what it feels like. Angel of Suffering's awesome. Wonder's awesome. Like, I like Wonder and Filth in this deck specifically. I think if you had to pick one, though, we're going to just stick with Wonder, though. And we do kind of have to pick one because they don't overlap nicely. I do not like Hell's Caretaker. Obsessive Stitcher. I mean, it's fine. Permanently so. Like, okay, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards, you're running so few creatures. And I get that this is symmetrical. It looks at all opponents' graveyards and stuff. But I don't like milling people who have a lot of creatures in their deck. It scares me to do that. Right? So, I don't know if we want to move in on Night Howlers. Like, we already have an 8/8. I always hate Deranged Assistant and Milliken. I hate these cards with a passion. Undertaker Bogwitch is the Dark Ritual one. Archaeomancer's cute. I always love an Archaeo. Likeness Looter's very strong. Especially once you've, like, looted away a Cruel Somniphage or what have you. We'll come back around to creatures. Leave Milliken alone. Like, it's not good, though. X is the number of cards in your graveyard. This is fun. I like this. I mean, you're in black. So. But it is a card diversification for Emrakul, right? It's important to have some amount of cards of varying types because we are an Emrakul deck. Tortured Existence with Emrakul is disgusting. Animate Dead's pretty good. Whenever an opponent casts this creature spell, does 2 damage to them unless they pay 2. I don't. Do you run into Creature Storm that often? It's lifelink until end of turn. I mean, it's cute. Okay, I don't like Cauldron. I know it mills you for 12. Yeah, I don't like Milliken or Deranged. We'll get into additions soon. Let me cook with the cuts here first. You have hexproof. Oh my god, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Orbs of Warding? Anyway, I hate Skull of Orm. Like, what? Why? Eight mana. Ugh. I get hosed by creatures decks often, and yeah, the Cauldron can feel slow. Here's how you fix your hosed by creatures decks problem. Go gadget, worm. You worm all over him. Going to protect my graveyard. Oh, you're running it because you're scared of getting bazooka bogged. I see, I see. So hear me out. What if you run disallow? Right, you're holding 4 mana open anyway. Disallow. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Ding! Counter any spell. It's a cancel, right? That's not good, but it's not bad. Or you can counter a bazooka bog, enter the battlefield ability. Stifle also works, but Stifle doesn't counter spells! This is a different card! I know Stifle exists. Rah! I like Disallow more, because it counters spells. Countering spells is good. Yeah, there's the new web sling counter, but restrictions, no UB. Welcome to the stream, Amelia. We do run a lot of instants and sorceries. Like, I'm starting to become a bit weary of Terror Tide. Jesus, these Planeswalker players have hurt you! In all capital letters. You've been harmed by these people. We're gonna find you better Planeswalker hate, bud. I promise. I promise. I mean, I want to like it, but... This is 6 mana do nothing. They're in the deck. They can't hurt you. I like the River's Rebuke, though. That's fun. This is 9 mana do nothing. Okay, so Plague Wind out. In Garruk's Wake. Destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control. That'll show the planeswalker player. Graveyard into their library, draw a card. Isn't there a version of this for 3 mana? Clear the mind. It is a sorcery, though. That is a bit different. I mean, maybe you put it on an artifact, diversify your card types for Emrakul once again. Well, this deck kind of wants an expensive curve, so we're going to add more expensive things like in Garruk's Wake. I mostly am interested in, like, getting some more counter spells. Like Sinister Sabotage we probably don't need, right? I've been like, I think Unwind. Not Unwind. What's the name of the card? The 4 mana one. Rewind, thank you. Yeah, I like Cranial Archive more. How frequently have you need to, like, loop? Like, I don't think you need to loop that frequently. Okay, yeah. We can put Tidebinder in. The Planeswalker hate has made me see the truth. You like Ixalan, right? Your commander's from Ixalan. Shoshana's Tidebinder counters an ability, and if it's a permanent, they can't activate it no more. Anyway, we're on Ixalan. Let's have a good time. This is an expensive card. It hates all Planeswalkers in play. And it's Phyrexian Arena. People love that card. I do like Clone Legion a lot. I think we should lean more into like some delve cards. Like a Treasure Cruise, right? You discard the Treasure Cruise, you mill 8, or if you've already milled, you get to delve it away. We can also do the Afterlife from the Loam. Right? Like you can run like a ton of these different like 8-drop delve cards. And normally delve cards are really no. So Skunk Owner, normally you're right. Probably like Dig Through Time more than Treasure Cruise. Normally you are correct. However, this is a rare deck where all of these delve cards can coexist because they're also discard mill fodder for the Ancient One. They do both. They are giant fuck off spells with huge mana values, and they're also using the graveyard in a proactive way, right? So they do both. Normally you don't like multiple delve cards. Here you do, though. If you're milling other people, you can also use the Mind Scanner. I'm not going to put the Mind Scanner in this. Triple blue. It stops your commander damage. It, like, I can keep going. You did think that looping stuff would be more useful. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think looping's more useful than just, like, tempoing. Because you have an 8/8 commander. Like, you can kind of just get in the meat. For enchantments, I do want to see you add a, No, I don't like Mesmeric Orb. Okay, Omen Hawker is a creature. And Training Grounds. Right? Activated abilities you control cost 2 less to activate. You can tap this, but only on activated abilities. Ancient One's an activated ability. And now we can get your land count up a little bit. Okay, search for Escanta. I'll add because this is an Ixalan-y deck, right? Okay, search for Escanta's already in, and I've been misled by a chatter. Cycling land. Ancient Excavation, so good. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand, and discard a card for each card drawn this way. Basic land cycling 2. Ash Baron's mana fixes while also going to the graveyard. Lorien Reveal will be so good for this deck, but I get it. I'm in the same vein. Dude, honestly, not bad. Wait, like, unironically, like, actually not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, just because you never, like, drew it doesn't mean it's not good in the deck. I want more giant spells. What does, Ancient Cellar Spawn. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, target opponent loses life equal to the difference. So with a Delve spell, you can, like, thermonuclear bomb someone. Is that something? It's also an enchantment for Emrakul. God, that's such a pretty art. Shadow of Mortality, I'm a little bit more into that. Oh Madness, Sort MB. So we're gonna get the Giant Emrakul in this list, right? Shadowgrange Archfiend is perfect for this deck. For 7 mana, you mill 7 cards and then also get to Madness it. Like, that's pretty cool. And you can also just mill it for 7 earlier. God, this Emrakul would be so cool if you could do it. 6 colorless. If you want, I can make your mana base able to Madness them. Like, I think I could swing it. Like, I think give me a moment. I can go through your mana base and make this Emrakul castable for its Madness cost. Traveler, thanks for gifting us a subscription to Sage. So just give me a moment. I will cook your mana base really quick. So we already have Ash Barrens. ID equals 2 O colon colorless. Type land. Sunken Ruins taps for colorless. Tainted Isle taps for colorless. Underground River taps for colorless, right? Like, all of these lands tap for colorless and also tap for your colors. And then let's add Eldrazi Monument or Eldrazi Temple. Milliken doesn't matter. Milliken doesn't matter. Grow up. I still don't care about... What does ID2 mean exactly? It means it has 2 colors in its identity, i.e., it's a dual land. I did not come crawling back to Milliken. Milliken's not going in this deck. Actually, we do need a critical mass of swamp. So we can also go through Arcane Signet. I'm out of Compass out. And then add in... Alice, etc. You'll need mill Ripples of Undeath. I don't know if you've read the Commander Smoker Quill. But you should do that. Vesuva is a very big... So not only is Vesuva kind of just like a tap mana fixer, it also copies gameplay objects that are very important, i.e. The Eldrazi Temple you're already running. We can go down another island, and we can go up a Teleria West. Teleria West lets you, of course, grab the Eldrazi Temple. We can add Urza's Tower, which may seem like a very strange inclusion. However, Urza's Tower with Planar Nexus gets you where you need to go. It gets Planar Nexus plus Urza's Tower is 4 colorless mana. I think this Bazooka Bog's almost always better as a trawler. And maybe that's not entirely true. It does feel like we're slightly light on permanents to turn on our 8/8. I mean, I think I agree with you. We do just have 40 lands, though. So In the same breath, I think you're just kind of wrong. I think it'll play out fine. Here, let's play test this out, see how frequently we get the mana for Emrakul as well. Wait, we did put the Emrakul in, right? Yes, we did. Draw. Blue, black. Commander. Go away, kill spell. Ooh, hello. Training grounds. Blue, black. Draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a card this way, target player mills cards equal to its mana value. We'll mill 13 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're light on permanence, said Chatter. How curious. Yeah, it turns out when you just mill 13, you get there. Okay. I'm maybe a little bit down on Dazzling Dagger. I think I'd rather just see like a Thran Turbine or a not Wayfarer's Bauble, Expedition map. Right, just another tutor for lands to turn on that big Emrakul. Ooh, actually, let's cut the Dimir Surveil bounce land. Product and add in. What about a Breach the Multiverse? It would not be bad. In fact, I like the idea quite a bit. We do have an Afterlife from the Loam, but they kind of just work together really well. I'm going to cut the Increasing Ambition, I think. I did not like how that looked. Reach the multi. Yeah, the Bounce Desert helps mana fix for the Emrakul, which is what had me really excited about it. Ooh, Urza's Tower. May chance we get an Emrakul game? I think Spontaneous Mutation. So here you just go pass. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ancient Excavation. Draw 4. And then discard 4. Really like Training Grounds. So we're going to keep a Swamp, Training Grounds, River's Rebuke, Cranial Archive. And then we can discard the rest. Next, Likeness Looter. Don't have anything to reanimate. Okay. So draw, discard, reanimate. Future Beans, thank you for getting a next review for next week. And then you go blue, Training Grounds, which does slightly fuck our mana, but it's okay. It might just be Waterveil. 1 blue, activate this, draw a card, then discard a card, and then we mill 1, 2, 3. So we're definitely not only Delirious, but we have Descend up. Are we running Sunken Palace? Sunken Palace is definitely good. Here, I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely a card that exists. 1, 2, 5. I mean, we can just invent hell with Angel of Suffering. And I think that's what I kind of want to do. Depends on the board state. Turn 6 and 8/8 is probably going to do fine. I'd probably just pass. Maybe just go 1 blue, search for Skanta, and then go dink, 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 dink. Oh, wait, no, we have... Oh, no, this is Island. Okay, great. So draw a card, discard a card, mill 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, there's our Emrakul. And then draw a card. Discard mine. Wait, not mill 5 again. You know what I mean. Eldrazi Temple. So we have 3, 4. Colorless this game. What about Necrogoyf? Necrogoyf's okay. It's just like, it's pretty expensive. The Necrogoyf mana. Oh, Madness. Oh, you know what? There's a card with Madness that doesn't actually have Madness. That's actually perfect. Set equals Vow. Mana value equals 5. Yep. Edgar's Awakening. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Or, when you discard this card, you may play black. If you do, return Emrakul from your graveyard to your hand. Right? So you go, it's 5 total mana. Tolarian Wind seems fine here. I wouldn't call it nice. Unless it's an instant. It is an instant. Wow, that is very good. I think I'd prefer Frantic Search. But, good thinking. I would rather have a Frantic Search than that every single day of the week. Okay, Songs of the Damned, we only have 19 creatures. Emery's sort of giving me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, Lucid Dreams is cool. You could run Recall. Discard X cards, then return a card from your graveyard for your hand for each card exiled or discarded this way, and then you exile it. I think maybe a Gaia Reach Sanitarium would also be pretty cool. Playtest. Painted Isle. Blue Black. The ancient one. I think I'm just passing here. Urza's Tower, pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go, Ancient Excavation. I think you just dump everything. Like, these are all permanents except for 1. But we'll draw 6 first. 6. Okay, what are we keeping? Circular Logic. Guarding Wonder 100% of the time. But Angel of Sorrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we didn't keep a land, which we probably should do. So maybe out with Cruel Somnophage. How good is enough? Typically 40. Oh, I don't like Victimize. I really don't like Victimize. We just have too few creatures. $40? Yeah. Don't question mark me. I thought you were like, 40? You're insane. No, 40 is pretty normal. Okay, I'm not feeling Beacon of Unrest. Propaganda type enchantments? Why? Can you explain why? Because I hate propaganda. If you can come up with a good reason for it, then sure, but I'm gonna add Massacre Girl. It's just a good board wipe that's attached to a permanent. Bazooka Bog for a Bogart Trawler. I've decreed that this is correct. Makes up for the lack of creatures to help give some protection. So no, we have an 8/8 in the command zone. It's huge. We get lifelink. We have a lot of board wipes. We do have a decent number of creatures. Like, I don't know. I just do not like propaganda at the best of times. Like, typically this player is actually losing to Planeswalker decks from what I've heard. So, Scavenge Brawler here. Scavenge Brawler's fine. I don't hate it. That's kind of a fun inclusion because it's also an artifact for Emrakul. It has a high mana value, high-ish anyway. 6 is pretty up there. I don't think they're good in Voltron decks. I think Voltron decks kill too quickly to even really consider them an option. Commander, next turn, Dink. We do have Teleria West, but we could hold up Tishana's Tidebinder for a Planeswalker activation, or, you know, I think we'll just flash out. Ground Catacombs, we do control an island or a swamp. Next turn. What's the end goal, he asks. Draw. Discard. Mill 6. 1, 2, 3. So that our descent count is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. No. One of these is a sorcery. Descent count is currently 6. 1 blue. Rule Somnophage. Target player mills 4 cards. Us. Okay, so now we have Mega Delirium. Descend 8. Ow. Second main, Teleria West, Eldrazi Temple. Always a safe grab. All right, well, we don't put it into play. We already played our land for turn. But you get the idea. Dink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exile Scavenge Brawler. We put 4 +1/+1 counters, a flying counter, a vigilance counter, a trample counter, and a lifelink counter on that creature. We've now dealt 20 damage to one player. Do we like River Churn? River Churn's fine. I don't know if it's really required. I'll add a Stubborn Denial. Is Bushwhack a land? Yes. Not of this world. I can be convinced that Not of this world is pretty good. I think I'd rather see Tails End be Whirlwind Denial. It's 1 more mana, but it does a lot more. Change of plans. It's worse than Not of this world. You don't have to hold up mana for it. And then it might just be Living Death. As fun as Living Death is, I just don't know if you have like the top end required to make it that good. I kind of want to get more colorless sources. Oh, we can add deserts. If near Deadlands, it taps for colorless or taps for black. ID equals blue type desert. ID equals blue. O colon colorless. Type land. Nope. Yeah, so not a lot. But, heyo. Another couple colorless lands added. Groundyard Temple is great here, though. I mean, it's not awesome, but it's not bad either. Graveyard to the battlefield, yeah. Like, that's not bad at all. All right, we have a lot more colorless in the mana base now, which I love. Probably just get rid of Watervale, because we can turn this Emrakul on more. Wait, repeat that? All right, great. We're already 1/3 of the way to Emrakul now. Pass. Blue 1, Fear of Death, mill 2. Blue black, Ancient 1. One, two, three, 4. Activate the Ancient 1. Draw a card. Discard. Emrakul. Mill. Or actually, let's discard Shadow. Mill 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Six types in graveyard. Emrakul costs 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not quite there. Final parting. Eldrazi Temple to hand. Wonder in graveyard. Combat attack. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 6. Do we have Drownyard Temple in our graveyard? Nope. But we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Emrakul someone. Tink. Yeah, Keen Duelist would probably be pretty good in this deck. So we're going to Emrakul someone's turn. The most threatening player, obviously. And after we absolutely like ruin their life, we untap if near Deadlands. Black, discard so now you can madness this. Because discard this, pick up Shadow of Mortality. Hey, madness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Madness Emrakul. So instant speed. You have the ability to take someone's entire board from them. All right, I think this is ready to go. Ashiok Dreamrender wouldn't be that bad, but it's not required by any stretch of the imagination. If you ever add Living Death back to the deck, then you should add Ashiok Dreamrender because you grave hate all your opponents but mill yourself. But you have too few creatures, in my opinion, for Living Death to be that good here. Yeah, Delirium count doesn't matter, chat. We're milling like 15 cards at once. Okay. Do we have? Oh wait, no. We don't have Cadmus, but that's the point. We're supposed to do Cadmus's deck without him. Okay, great. Last deck, fellas. Last deck. Game plan. Ensure Squall attacks alone and always manages to do combat damage, triggering his revive twice. Either at-value opponents with the deluge of 3 mana value less permanents, Accursed Marauder, and other ETB tutors being the standouts. To pull this off, I put in a healthy mix of commander protection and enchantments to dissuade enemies from doing much at all. I didn't want the deck to be too reliant on equipment since I thought it would feel clunky. Squall has no inherent way to reduce equipment costs, and it leaves him pretty vulnerable without them. That said, equipment is the only way I've been able to present game-ending threats. In the past, I've just spun my wheels but never won. Oh, some additional context. I'm aware that Squall is not the... Thank you. All right. Do we have... We don't. Okay, great. There's already a lot of changes we can make here. And if one of the big things is like, I want to move off of swords. Yeah, no, not Glacial Chasm. Solitary Confinement. Solitary Confinement's right there. I like Shadow Spear. Vorpal Sword's getting a little questionable. Is this Cupcake? No, it's Beyonce. Hell yeah, Beyonce. I was like, wait. What playlist am I on? Hi, Beyonce. I remember this song. No, Vorpal's actually good in certain decks. I like Brotherhood Regalia. Umezawa Jite. Not a big fan of Greaves, but... I mean, I imagine this will work out pretty well for you. What are the things in the deck that we can loop to Squall effects? Huge one here that wasn't in the... Okay, get Ghostly Prison out of here. But big one that was not in the deck before that we put in was Solitary Confinement. This just like permafogs you for the rest of life. We should also probably have Kami of False Hope. Ooh, I do like the recommendation of Shizo. That's a very good one. Oh, it's already in. Very good. Honestly, Shizo kind of makes me just want to, like, we move off of equipment entirely. And then you can kind of just, like... Okay, Evolving Wilds. Someone didn't watch my video. Permanent card. Okay, you can get these back. But, like, come on. Fabled Passage is right there. And isn't the like Marshfire? Oh, it's $22. I thought it was less. What is it called? Demolition Field? I'm a big fan of Demolition Field. Hmm. This would also be good in the Dimir deck we just reviewed as well, by the way. Yeah, Ash Barrens. I know you can't loop Ash Barrens, but the fact that it is just an untapped land when you need it feels very important for Squall. I don't like SRAM because only so few cards in this deck actually draw. Baubles. Baubles isn't a bad idea. Let's swap play. I've had enough high energy for liked music. So we have a bunch of swords. I don't think we have enough support for pure steel. Tax alone. That's pretty good. I like a spiral, of course, to Ghost Avian. I was having this discussion earlier this stream. You should always peel your oranges in like a spiral. It's respectable, or it's responsible. You know, like one thing you throw away, it looks cool. Equipment isn't mad because you do need to get through. Sacrifice stink. Creature tokens. Oh, angelic renewal. Gross. I imagine Selfless Spirit's already in. It's in considering. It should be a main. J Tracker, yeah, I stream on YouTube Live. I stream on YouTube Shorts, like vertical streaming, and I stream on Twitch. Let's play test. Get a white card. Whoops, that was the Rogue's Passage. We play Rogue's Passage this turn. Waste of victory. All right, here's our iconic 37 land moment. No more ramp. You've lost your ramp privileges. Sorry, Caves of Koilos wasn't in your deck, huh? Okay, here's the Solitary Confinement. Get ready. White. Esper Sentinel. Draw a card off the Esper Sentinel. Gimme a man after. Place the Guard as aid. There's Shizo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squall. Stack. Draw. Pass. In response to our Esper Sentinel trigger, Vamp Tutor. Brotherhood Regalia. One, two, three. Solitary Confinement. 1, 2. Brotherhood Regalia. Attack. Bring back Commander Sphere. Dink, dink. Okay, here we go. Get ready. Are you ready? Sack this. Draw a card. Next turn. Upkeep. Sack this. Get our draw step. Normally this stops your draw step. Attack with Squall. Ta-da! You now permafog. How did I miss this? I don't know. I talk about this card all the time here, yeah. Let's add Blitzball back in. I forgot that's like just slightly better in terms of like card drawing. I think I'm gonna get rid of Gravelighter. It is just your worst, like everyone sacrifices a toy effect. And instead, I'm going to... I don't want to add an infinite into this deck. I'm just gonna add in... God, what's the name of the card? Mana Valley 3. Unquestioned Authority. When it enters, draw a card. Protection from creatures. Duelist Heritage gives one attacking creature double strike. Ah! I'll give you a moment to read. All right. Hopefully you have read. No. So Unquestioned Authority is the only one we need. Because... I don't like this. Okay. Moonblessed Cleric. Moonblessed Cleric enters. You get any one of these toys. Alternatively, you can get Teleportation Circle. Right? So you get Teleportation Circle and then you can flicker the Moonblessed Cleric. Okay, great. I think this is good to go. I'm not going to put in Felia. This deck doesn't need Felia. Oh my gosh. You had Ranger Captain of Eos in this deck, and you didn't have Kami of False Hope? That's crazy to me. That one actually blows me away. You can also run Gift of Immortality. Gift of Immortality? Wait, this is actually a loop. Like a very funny loop. So you can loop it with this to stop all sorceries and artifacts and stuff for the rest of the game. And you can also loop it with Kami, and you can also loop it with Cathar Commando, and you can just put it on your commander as well as a protection spell. Like, it does all of that. Serema is definitely fine, but the Seriema is how you actually say it. But you can't get a lot of the things that you actually care about tutoring for. I'm actually going to cut Guy's Ghost form for the Gift of Immortality I just added. Yeah, Station's also just pretty slow, especially for a deck that just wants to be swinging. Anyway, there's your deck. It's set. Okay. Everyone, that does it. We're done. Yeah, congratulations on your brand new fog prisony horrific deck. I will stop streaming now. Twitch, well, YouTube. This is the end of the stream. Goodbye, all. Thank you for